another news making headline this morning. It says Nigerian demands reform as Tinubu submits ministerial list. All right, this one is still on Punch newspaper this morning, so you can go and check it out. Nigerians demand reforms as Tinubu submits ministerial list. Go and check it out. It's on Punch newspaper. Oshomole apologizes to Senate over looting comment. This one is still on Punch newspaper. Read through it, extract all the informations therein so you can be able to be informed, of course. Going forward, ASU loses suit challenging Konua NAMDA registration. Of course, you know, there's another arm of ASU again called Konua, and this Konua is actually offering the same service that ASU is offering, and they are loggerheads with ASU. It's another faction of ASU. And of course, you want to know more on that story, please go and get your Punch newspaper and read through it and extract all the needed information therein. Gradual phasing out of old Naira notes continues, CBN says so. Go and check this particular story out. Of course, you know the kind of havoc this particular issue wreaked, and people are still saying no, that Emefiele should be held accountable, and other people are saying, why only Emefiele? Was it Emefiele that gave that directive? What happened to the people in his bosses that actually approved such? And we'll be discussing it when we get to our discussion segment, and then we'll do justice to that, and then throw the lines open as well so you can contribute. CBN leaves ban on bamboo, Naira bets, Abokif FX, 437 accounts, 437 accounts. Of course, you know these are betting companies, and then CBN has lifted ban on Bamboo, Naira Bet, Aboki FX, 437 accounts that was banned initially, but right now the bans has been lifted up, and then they can start their business. Go and read through it for people interested in betting. I think this one is for you. Go and extract all the needed information you need right there on Punch newspaper. So we'll go straight to resident doctors begin indefinite strike today. We discussed it the other day, and we said strike is not the way to go. Maybe the compromise that was expected wasn't reached, and then that's why it culminated into this particular news that we are seeing now on the headline on Punch newspaper. So it says resident doctors begin indefinite strike today. When it's indefinite, that means nobody knows when it's going to end. It's not 2 weeks, it's not 1 month, it's indefinite. So I think the federal government should look into this because our health system is actually in shambles, and then we are having this particular story coming up, and that means it should be looked into. In fact, health system should be declared emergency. It should be a state of emergency on the Nigerian health system. That's something the federal government should take seriously. Just the way they mentioned the agricultural system. They took agricultural sector so seriously. I think health sector should equally be taken so seriously, because it's when you're healthy that you eat food, of course. So we go straight to this particular one. Tinubu's declaration as president illegal, Atiku insists, and this one is still on Punch newspaper this morning. Please go and check it out and read through it and extract all the needed information therein. And then we have another one coming here. It says Lagos communities lament as refuse collectors hike charges. This one is somehow refuse collectors hike charges. That means there's no other way. People no longer dispose their refuse indiscriminately, and this particular aspect of it is something that means fuel prices are going up, refuse collectors prices are equally going up. I think is something that should be taken seriously, because if people start throwing deaths on the streets, it's going to amount to health challenges and all that. So it's something that should be looked that Lagos State government should critically look into, and then we'll be doing justice to this particular headlining issue shortly, of course, with my guests who I'll be introducing soon. All right, Boronu police arrest 2 ladies, 8 others for killing cop. This one is still on Punch newspaper. Go and get a copy this morning. Of course, students arrested for killing Abuja driver on suspension. Students arrested for killing Abuja driver on suspension. There on suspension. That's the school authority is coming out to say this, that the students arrested for killing Abuja drivers on suspension already. So you have to go and get a copy and read through it and know what actually transpired there, so we can be factual while discussing some of these issues. But you really need to be informed, so that's why we already know all these headlines to you. All right, so we'll go on a short break, and when we return, we'll be reading more from another newspaper, and then before we go straight to our discussion segment with our guest this morning. So let's go on a short break. It's still Super Citizen at Sunrise with EKENE EZEPUE. We'll be right back. Of course, it's still Super Citizen at Sunrise this morning. My name still remains EKENE EZEPUE, and then we'll be going straight to Vanguard newspaper to extract some of the headlining topical stories right there. And this one still resurfaces on Vanguard newspaper, and it says DSS men, prisons officials in free for all over Emefiele. And of course, it's still about that scuffle that transpired yesterday in Lagos court about Emefiele, DSS, prison wardens, and all that. So, of course, it's something that should attract such a buzz, and it's actually trending. It's something that shows us that there's something wrong somewhere. Of course, why should a court grant someone bail and the person is still the person is still rearrested again? That's what people are saying. Is it not the court that will, that have the power, the authority to grant bail in this country again? So why the rearresting of the individual that has been granted bail by the court? Is that not denigrating the judicial system? All right, I'll leave that to when we start our discussion segment so that we can do justice to it. We have Tinubu in seclusion. I'll send the list of ministerial nominees within 48 hours. And that's this one is still on Vanguard newspaper this morning, so you can go and check it out. Tinubu in seclusion, of course, is expected because a whole lot of lobbying is actually going on. So the man will definitely try as much as he can to hide until the list is out, because definitely it's not going to be favorable to anybody, and whoever that is not on that list will start looking at it somehow. Definitely, that's how these things goes most of the times. So we'll go straight to another news, another headline on Vanguard newspaper this morning, which says that NAS moves against electricity tariff hike. Estimated billing. This one is on Vanguard newspaper, so please go and check it out, read through it, and then get all the needed information therein. It says, of course, you've been hearing about this tariff hike over time, and it's something that should be taken. Should be, when we want to do something like this, it should be simultaneous, because Nigerians are still grappling with the fact that there's a hike in PMS, in petrol price, and all that. So these hikes in most of these things shouldn't be at once. It should be coming in, no matter how important they seem. It shouldn't be all at once, so that it doesn't become a burden to the populace. Of course, we are all suffering the brunt of all these things, so it shouldn't be more burden. They shouldn't be coming to Nigerians at the same time. So we'll go straight to another story. Monday sit at home. This one is, don't forget that we are still on Vanguard newspaper, all right? Monday sit at home is crippling Southeast economy. This one is coming from Nnamdi Kanu. He's saying that Monday sit at home is crippling Southeast economy. And of course, this one is coming from the man that the people are fighting for, and he's the one that is saying that the sit at home is actually crippling the economy of the Southeast. So it should be looked into. So I don't even know whether some people have hijacked this particular exercise in the Southeast or whatever. I don't know, but all I know is the man has been saying that this sit at home is not the right way to go. So you can still go and read through it and extract all the needed information therein. And the cooking gas price drops 6.71% to that's 4,168.26. Of course, this one is coming from a Vanguard newspaper this morning. So go and read through it, of course, and extract all the needed information. Invites PDP leaders for interrogation over attack on Atiku. APC tells security agencies. Invites PDP leaders for interrogation over attack on Atiku. APC tells. I just wanted to read this in through so that I will understand. So what's the business between APC? All right, we'll be checking it out when we start the discussion segment. Of course, I have to read that thing again so that you really understand why I have to read it over and over again. It says, invites PDP leaders for interrogation over attack on Atiku. APC tells security agencies. Are they in the same party now? So go and read it and then find out why APC is telling security agencies to interrogate PDP leaders over attack on Atiku. All right, we're going forward still on Vanguard newspaper. Tinubu in seclusion. I will send list of ministerial nominees within 48 hours. Of course, we've read this one earlier on, and it's still talking about this ministerial. Of course, you know that deadline will come by the end of this month, and a whole lot of things, a whole lot of underground work is going on, or should be going on by this time. NAS moves against electricity tariffs. We read this one before. It's still on Vanguard, so go and check it out. Asari Sinister's Dance by Ocherome Nana. Asari Sinister Dance. Go and check it out and know what the story is talking about. Of course, Asari Dokubo has been in the news for the wrong and the right reasons, so we don't know what this one is all about. So until you go and check it out, foiled Boko Haram attacks on Atiku's residence. APC says it deserves full protection. Another APC talking about PDP again. All right, we'll move straight to our discussion segments when we return from this short break, and then we'll be doing justice some of these stories this morning. Our guests will be properly introduced when we return on this short break. Ladies and gentlemen, stay with us. Of course, it's still Super Citizen at sunrise this morning. My name still remains EKENE, EZEPUE, and then we're moving straight to our discussion segment after, so that we can review some of this topical stories, headlining stories on both papers that we just read this morning. So, and we have no other person that will do justice to this than Mr. Salmon Salami. Mr. Salami is a veteran journalist and then a media consultant. Good morning this morning, Mr. Salmon Salami. How you doing?
Good morning, EKENE. I'm doing pretty fine, and I hope Nigerians too are doing pretty fine.
Of course.
Let's keep smiling.
Let's keep smiling. Of course, no matter the weather. That's what someone told me. No matter the weather. All right, let's keep smiling because we'll be moving straight to this particular stories because it's bold. Is boldly written on the headline. In fact, it's the lead story here. So he says, Emefiele, lawyers condemn DSS warders clash as family protests rearrest. How are we going to be discussing the story in this time of our lives, in our national lives, and then we are still discussing this thing that looks as if as if some people are above the law. When court grants people bail, that the authorities don't respect that. Doesn't it look like we are in a banana republic this time?
Oh my gosh, it is really, really unfortunate that we are still behaving as if we are in what they call Obesian state, where anarchy looms. The beauty of democracy is that the three arms of government should work together but independently. The judiciary, as it is known, is there to interpret the laws, and the executive, they are to respect whatever pronouncements that is coming from the temple of justice, from the judiciary. I know Yusuf Magaji Bichi, the Director General of SSS. He is a fantastic man because I've had dealings with him. But I must say this, I am disappointed. Why am I disappointed? Whatever pronouncement comes from the temple of justice, rightly or wrongly, since it has not been appealed against, it should be obeyed. The moment we begin to disobey the courts of law, competent court, then it is a clarion call to anarchy. This is not to say that I am supporting Emefiele.
Of course.
I am not supporting anybody. What I'm saying is this: let the rule of law prevail. The rule of law and not the rule of man, not the rule of thumb, not jungle justice. All that makes democracy beautiful is when all the arms of government work in such a manner to guarantee genuine democracy for the people. And I must add this: suspicion, no matter how strong, cannot take the place of evidence. No matter the offenses or the criminal acts allegedly committed by Emefiele, it is only the court of law that is competent that can pronounce on it. And since the man has been given bail, it should be honored. The operatives, DSS, should not constitute itself into another court and believe that it is the rule of thumb. This is not a banana republic. We should respect our courts of law.
All right, we should respect the court of law.
The decisions.
The decisions of the court of law, because if we don't, that means we're calling for anarchy. We're now saying that whatever we want is what will happen instead of the court of law, because that case has actually been deliberated upon, and then the decision has been given, grant this man bail. So it should be respected. And if you still want, maybe you feel like you still have more grievances over what the man did, then appeal. That's how it should go. And that's the word of Mr. Salmon Salami. This morning, we are still on Super Citizen and Sunrise on 93.7 FM, Citizen FM, right here in the Federal Capital Territory. So we're moving forward on this particular one that we should discuss again. Resident doctors begin indefinite strike today. How we talked about this yesterday, and then today they will start the strike. So it simply means that no compromise was actually reached between them and the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Don't you think that this will have a huge effect on the sick ones, on Nigerians?
It is not only on the sick ones, and in actual fact, who is not sick in Nigeria today? Well, what we are saying is simple. It is that if democracy is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people, the interest of the common masses or the people should be paramount. How do we know that our interest is paramount? When decisions are taken proactively, there is no way that the resident doctors will serve notice that they will go on strike and nothing will be done. And they will not only go on strike, but go on strike indefinitely. It only means that the healthcare sector is in jeopardy. And the subsequent attendant effect is monumental. Honestly, we should prioritize the lives and the well-beings of Nigerians. Government should know that they are there to take care of the people. That is the mandate. And I think that the resident doctors too should temper justice with mercy.
Okay, temper justice with mercy. That's the word of Mr. Salmon Salami this morning, a veteran journalist and then a media consultant. So we want to be taking these topical issues as important as they come. All right, so we go straight to this one, and it says Tinubu's declaration as president illegal. That's this one is coming from Atiku. Atiku insists. So is Mr. President. So why this? Why is he say? And the case is still in court. So why is he now saying it's illegal?
You see, politicians are a very funny lot of people. Atiku declaring the presidency of Bola Ahmed Tinubu illegal. In what capacity? In his capacity as who? In his capacity as the CJN? In his capacity as a judge of the Court of Appeal? He is at the tribunal. He should allow the tribunal to pronounce on the legality or the illegality of Tinubu's presidency. One thing is clear. INEC has declared Tinubu as the de facto the job president of Nigeria today. As we speak, Tinubu is the president of Nigeria, democratically elected. Until a competent court of jurisdiction pronounces otherwise, Tinubu is the president. Let dreamers continue to dream.
Of course, let dreamers continue to dream. Of course, the case is still in court, so we should let it be until court says otherwise. So we don't really have much to say on this because it's a sub judice. So let's move straight to this particular one. It says this one concerns our daily lives as Nigerians. It says reps charge National Electricity Regulatory Commission to stop estimated billing. This one is our daily problem in Nigeria. Estimated billing. You saw exorbitant billing. You wonder where all this money, whether you're the one using them or someone is using them on your behalf. So how do we stop this and make sure that every household in Nigeria is metered, so that all these estimated billing things will stop? Because people are really paying through their noses these days.
See, we are a peculiar people. Nigerians are a very, very peculiar people. A friend once told me that if you push me to the wall, it's not an adage for Nigerians. The normal thing is, we push somebody to the wall, it bounces back. Nigerians will break the wall and enter. That is it. Estimated billing is another way of short-changing people, where you say that for every month you pay so amount because you do not have a meter. What is so difficult about getting all households in Nigeria metered? We have been on this for quite some time, and there has been a lot of money that has gone down the drain over this meter issue.
Unaccounted for.
For how long are we going to go this way? Is corruption in Nigeria? Definitely not. Definitely not. And we know that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is up and doing. All we should do as Nigerians is to hope for the best and pray for him, and of course we should do what is right too.
Of course, we should do what is right. That's the word of Mr. Salmon Salami this morning on Super Citizen at Sunrise on 93.7 FM, Citizen FM. My name still remains EKENE EZEPUE. When we return, we'll go straight to Vanguard newspaper, and then when we discuss a little bit, then we'll open up our phone line so that we can entertain as many calls as possible, like I promised yesterday. So we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Still Super Citizen at Sunrise this morning, and my name is EKENE EZEPUE. All right, we're going forward to Vanguard newspaper this morning to extract some of the headlining stories right there, and we'll be taking this one. It says, "Stop Monday sit at home. It's crippling Southeast economy." This one is coming from Nnamdi Kanu. So, of course, from the main man, he's saying stop this, and then people are still doing sit at home in the Southeast. They are no longer obeying this man. Doesn't mean that this has been adjusted by some other, unscrupulous elements.
Okay, honestly, I keep on warning whoever cares to hear or listen that riding on the back of the lion or a tiger is not the problem. When you intend to disembark is when you have problem. You may end inside the bowel of the lion. It's unfortunate that Kanu, IPOB man, saw reason. It is good that he saw reason now, that this thing is crippling the economy of the southeastern part of Nigeria. And of course, the Igbo man is a businessman. Even if he's a professor, is still a businessman. That is what they do. And a situation whereby you now say that people should sit at home, honestly, this is not the best way to go. And I think it is high time that our brothers on the other side of the Niger saw reason and please let us be circumspect. It is even not okay to sit at home. There are quite some people that if they don't go out a day, there is no food for them.
Of course.
So what do you want them to do? It is an ill wind that blows nobody any good. Please let us act and let us allow peace to reign in Nigeria, not only in the southeast.
All right, let's allow peace to reign. Then we moved to this particular story. It says, hold FG responsible for bad federal roads. Edo government says so. This one is coming from Edo State. It simply means that there are some roads, some federal roads that have not been rehabilitated. So, and they are saying hold federal governments accountable because these are federal roads. But is it not high time we states start looking for better ways of rehabilitating their roads? Then later, because the lives of your people will definitely, and the economy of your people is on the line. So why can't we start thinking out of the box right now? I start thinking of another means that we can do this road, then tell government to repay us.
Federal rules. Yes, federal rules used by who? Let us stop apportioning blame. Yes, if roads are federal rules and they are neglected, and the neglect is affecting my people, let us do what Fashola did in Lagos when he was governor. Yes, it is federal road, but it is being plied by my people, and the sufferings is more on my people. I will fix the road. I will take the bill to the federal government. But the most important thing is that while we implore the federal government to please be alive to their responsibilities, the states should be there to lessen the pains of the people, to be responsive and responsible to the yearnings of the people by doing whatever is neglected by another person, so that at the end of the day, the grass will not suffer. Because when two elephants fight, it is the grass that suffers. And what is more important is this: look at the allocation the states went home with about a week ago. More than 4 times what they used to get. It is high time we begin to hold government accountable to the people. What are they doing with this money? Sovereignty belongs to the people. Power belongs to the people. The real power resides in the people. The people should wake up and begin to ask questions and ask their respective state governments that what are you doing with the money you are taking every month from the federal government or from the federal allocation? It is important. We must ask questions. Don't be complacent.
All right, we have to do justice to this particular story because it's been resurfacing, and we really have to. Of course, it says invite PDP leaders for interrogation over attack on Atiku. APC tells security agencies. Okay, let me just read the first paragraph of that story. It says the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC) has asked security agencies in the country to invite and interrogate leaders of the People's Democratic Party over the foiled attack on the residence of the PDP presidential candidate Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. So it simply means that this man was attacked, and then the ruling party is telling the security agencies to go after PDP leaders. Maybe they feel like they are behind the attack. Do you feel like this is what the ruling party should be saying? What's the connection between the APC and the attack on a man on the candidates of PDP? Does it have any similarity? Are they supposed to be saying maybe they are pointing an accusing finger on PDP leaders, but I don't think there's a connection there.
EKENE, attack on anybody should be a source of concern to any Nigerian. Be your brother's keeper. Atiku Abubakar is not just any ordinary Nigerian. That is why we feel that foiled attack or any attack on him should be taken seriously. And I want to plead with the politicians that they should not politicize insecurity, because God forbid bad thing, if something had happened to Atiku, only God knows. And I want to plead that politicians and the security agencies should do the right thing.
It's not a do or die affair.
It is not. Politics is not a do or die affair. And I hope they will get this, that if truly you are in politics to serve, I don't think you should be desperate about it. Attack on anybody, attack on any Nigerian from whatever source is unacceptable, and the security agencies should get to the root of this, and whoever is involved should be brought to book.
All right, whoever involved should be brought to book. That's the voice of Mr. Salmon Salami. All right, we'll go straight to on Super Citizen at Sunrise this morning. Let's go straight to a phone call and then get some of your contributions so that we can be able to balance it properly. All right, call us on our line 081 822 22205. I'll call it again 081 822 22205. All right, let's get to it. Hello, good morning this morning. Who is on the line, please?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, my brother. How are you?
Thank you. Fine, thank you.
What's your name and your location?
Yes, my name is Mike. I'm calling from Nasarawa.
From Nasarawa?
Yes, I greet your guest.
Thank you so very much. All right, Mr. Michael, go ahead.
Yes. Let me talk about the DSS. And you see, it has become unbecoming of a DSS. Too many. You see, just like your guests have pointed out, why do we have the three arms of government? You know, the executive, the legislatures, and then the judiciary. And they are working hand in hand. Why is it that when it happened to be the one of coming from the judiciary, the executive will not obey it? Why is it so? And in any case, the DSS, I don't get it. Even though I'm not supporting the Emefiele, because even for me personally, based on what we experienced under him, under the leadership of Emefiele, I even think that they should remain there for a waiting trial for 20 years before they can even decide on the case. But since the court has decided, I mean, the DSS has no any other. I mean, the only thing they need to do is to obey that court order. Just to obey that court order. For the sake that the judiciary have pronounced judgment on that matter, I mean, the DSS has no business in that regard. They should allow the correctional center to take the position of the order of the court. So the DSS, I think they need to be cautioned. They need to be cautioned because we respect them. Because we respect them does not mean that they are more greater than each and every one of us. It doesn't matter. We are respecting our country. We respect their work. We respect the uniform. And then, I mean, the DSS should be able to understand that, you know, that they find themselves in that place does not mean that they are more intelligent than any other person. It's just by privilege. I rest my case.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Michael. Thank you so very much. All right, that's the contribution of Mr. Michael, and then it's emotional right there.
Mr. Michael said something that is a bit funny. That given what Emefiele did or did not do, in fact, he should be there for more than, awaiting trial for more than 20. That is not the way to go.
That's not the way to go. Actually.
That is not the way to go.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning, my brother. Please, can you bring down the volume of your radio set?
Yeah, I don't have radio. Here. Can you hear me?
All right, I can hear you. I can hear you now.
Yeah, this is Comrade Victor calling from Abuja.
Comrade Victor, how is Abuja this morning?
Yeah, we are fine.
Good morning. Please go ahead.
Yeah, you see, it's unfortunate that the politicians have started again. Just like what the last caller just said. It is not a thing that we don't know how to carry arms and ammunition. There's no big deal about that. But we decided to respect ourselves and become good citizens. Okay? Are you aware that Asari Dokubo has started training some militants? Sponsored, if you permit me to use these words.
All right. We have to be factual. This is a live radio.
Yeah, but we are talking about insecurity and security.
Okay.
I want to appeal to government to please, I myself to desist if there is any, and make sure that those who are training up militants should please desist from such act. Okay. I don't think it's actually going to help us.
Okay.
All the evil, all the things cooking up and down is not as if Nigerians are deaf or we're insensitive. We know all these things, but we decided to allow peace to reign. You see, it's quite unfortunate. I keep telling Nigerians that, look, if we can do away with sentiment, religious sentiment and ethnicity, Nigeria will go well.
Thank you, sir.
The man who is there today knows whether if he gained the support of the people or not. I'm talking about Mr. Tinubu. It is left for him to know whether he gained the support of Nigerians or not. Let him look inward. And I want to also appeal to the judiciary to do the needful. The international community has said it all. So we are now waiting for the courts to do the needful. If they refuse to do the needful, we the youth, we will do the needful because we can't keep.
All right, it's okay. It's okay.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, my brother. This one is actually.
I think there is need for caution. The last caller went overboard. Nigeria must enjoy peace, and all of us must talk in such a manner that we promote peaceful
coexistence, please. That's why we are here. We are not here to make any insensitive words. Please, we should be cautioned. Please, let's be constructive in our contributions. All right. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Chief. How is today?
Thank God. We give God the glory. Please. What's your name and your location?
Mr. Ashuku, Super Citizen.
Super Citizen, Mr. Ashuku. How are you this morning?
Fine, sir.
Good morning. All right, go ahead.
I want to call on.
You didn't tell us your location, actually. Sorry.
Masaka.
All right, please go ahead. Go ahead.
This DSA, I want to press them. They should stop chasing shadow, because the Emefiele did not act alone. The Emefiele was acting under the President Buhari action, and then President Buhari only cover with immunity after his left office. The president of Nigeria now is under prosecution. The president of South Africa is under prosecution. There is no law that ban that President Buhari can never be invited to come and answer his wrongdoing in the office. So they should stop disturbing Emefiele alone. The Emefiele and Buhari should be invited, and the Minister of Finance or whoever that put people in. Not the matter of the meeting with foreign action or his official is not our business. But Emefiele, if he's the charge, let him be charged well. And then secondly, this a matter of electric tariff. We have been paying darkness. Country is behaving like we are in the banana republic. Everybody wake up and do whatever he likes. How do we go like that? May God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ashuku. Thank you, Super Citizen, Mr. Ashuku. All right, let's speak this caller again. And hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, Mr. EKENE.
Thank you.
Good morning to our guest.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you. My name is Salami. I'm calling from Barimpa.
Alamin, please go ahead.
Yes, thank you so much.
All right.
Please, my dear brother, I mean, you're doing a great job. I mean, those, I think you should allow them, that, like, there's a saying, freedom, you might have freedom of expression, but your freedom might not be guaranteed after spewing that freedom. And then I think as adults and citizens, we should be responsible enough to know what certain comments to make on air and then the ones you make in your private living room. And then as such, having said that, on MSCLA's rearrest yesterday, where I was told that, I read rather that the charges before him are over 17 different charges, and the majority of these charges are issues that relate to national security threats. Any crime that borders on economy, sabotaging of a nation's economy is national security threat. Such a crime, an offense, can burn down an entire nation. We saw in some parts of the country where banks were set ablaze, and then he was granted bail yesterday. Yes, we might say yes. I think the DSS should have obliged the bill, but his rearrest. He ought to have been given the bill. But we are talking of national security, and the DSS might not just be convinced that this guy would abscond. This is someone that was about running out of the country before he was picked up in Lagos. So unless, if the DSS, if his international passport has been seized, but the DSS is also going to charge him. He has been granted bail for one. The DSS is going to rearrange him for another charge, and I think it's a welcome development, and it is practicable all over the world.
Please round it off.
Issue of treating, issue of national security is not something that should be treated with levity or emotion. And I think the DSS is doing its job. And sometimes, I have little concern. Since the DSS
be wrapping it up. Our time is actually
there are over 17 charges, and they are going to be charging him simultaneously for each of them. If he gets paid for one, he continues to be charged for the other. And I think that's the reason why I was rearrested yesterday. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much, Alamin. Thank you so very much. All right, let's pick this last caller and then wrap it up. Hello, good morning to you. Hello. All right, we lost that caller. The issue of not rearresting Emefiele.
Honestly, I think I have to comment in here and comment very strongly.
Please.
National security. Yes, national security is very, very important and paramount. And what constitutes national security? Who decides it? But I want to say, and I'm saying this with all sense of responsibility, that freedom of Nigerians is as important as the so-called national security. And if the court rightly constituted, a competent court as pronounced on an issue, unless it is appealed against, that's the position.
That's the normal process. That's the due process.
That is the position.
All right, let's pick this last caller. Hello, good morning to you. How are you?
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Please, who's on the line and where's the location?
Sorry, this is Victor again. I want to correct the impression. We are peacemakers, by God's grace. We don't love trouble. We don't incite. We want peace in our nation. But in a situation whereby some of us has gone to this level and we have nothing to enjoy from our nation, they say I started praying for Nigeria right from my childhood days. When I used to be
rounding off. Just make the points.
Yeah, the point is that this is the best work DSS has done so far, since inception of DSS. By arresting Emefiele, in fact, I will give a thanksgiving in church as regards to that.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We no longer have time. Thank you so very much. All right, he came back again.
But we must correct one impression.
All right.
We are not supporting Emefiele. We are not against him either. What we are saying is let law take its course.
That is it. That is it. The man has been granted, but it should be respected. Of course, we are not living in Banana Republic. All right, that's the point that Mr. Salmon Salami is trying to make this morning on Super Citizen and Sunrise, and that's going to be the size of our package. Thank you so very much, and let's do it again tomorrow. Thank you, Mr. Michael Nasarawa, Comrade Victor Apo, Super Citizen Ashuku from Masaka, and Alamin from Guarimpa. Thank you so very much, guys, and let's do it again tomorrow, 7 a.m. same time. And then my name still remains EKENE EZEPUE. Enjoy the rest of our programmings today. Bye for now.